This list is a little bit self-indulgent, and I start off with the most self-indulgent guest, which is Oscar-winning sex god actor that is Denzel Washington. The kind of crush that I've had on Denzel Washington has never waned. Just getting better with age. James Hunt, old-fashioned sportsman that just is so reckless and has this incredibly decadent life. A good guest to mix it up. Barbra Streisand, probably the world's greatest diva. She could be a nightmare. And I'm thinking Alan Partridge when he was still at Radio Norwich, not the later years when he was a bit depressed. I want him in his prime. David Walliams is coming. Endlessly charming. I think if my granny popped in, he would be just as interested in her day as Barbara's. And Eric Cantona, I mean, he's pretty much got an opinion on everything. There might be a bit of competition, you know, who's going to out-banter each other with their stories. You know, we haven't even got to the main course and things are really kicking off in this dinner party. So I've got my very select group of guests coming this evening and we're going to start cooking. We have already in the oven some devils on horseback, which are very, very simple. And I'm going to make a dip for those as well so that the guests can be dipping and sipping. Just made that up. For my main course, I'm cooking a seared fillet of beef, which I'm going to season and I'm going to serve on top of some baby spinach leaves with some blanched asparagus and green beans and a fabulous anchovy sauce, some homemade croutons and a bit of parmesan. And then we've got some other vegetables to go alongside it, including some fabulous potatoes. So the main course, I've mainly thought about Denzel here, that I think he looks like a man who likes a potato, and everybody else just have to follow suit. And so new potatoes chopped up quite small, 2-inch cubes, with some smoked pancetta, some rosemary, a little bit of garlic crushed in, and then into the oven on about 160, 170. They're cooking away now, we don't have to worry about those anymore. So we can use any green vegetables you like really within this spinach salad, which is going to sit underneath the beef. But we're going to use today asparagus and the beans. The beans have already been blanched, so get your boiling water on. We'll get our asparagus in there for about 2 minutes or so. I probably, at this point, might even consider opening up something and having a little drink. Yeah, just a little loosener. Just to kind of like, you know, get the kind of atmosphere in the kitchen going. So let's just take those off there because they've been on for long enough. Blanch it in the very, very cold water so it cools down instantly. So next what we're going to do is season the beef. Expensive a fillet as you can afford to buy. I think that's the key to this whole meal, basically. Do not skimp on the fillet and go to a really good butcher because that's what they'll remember. The food is the centre of the evening, but I hope it's not the centre of the conversation because if people are just talking about the food, then they might not be having such a great time. I'd like a few, this is nice, ooh, where's this from? And then move on to other stuff. We're going to start preparing our salads now. So we have baby spinach leaves. So we can now add our pre-prepared blanched beans. It's good to have a few combustible conversations and people having a heated exchange about something. I don't want it all to be quite benign and boring. Your blanched asparagus, so that's completely ready to have the beef on top. Now it's the exciting part because we get to do the beef. We'll get this on a nice heat. So your beautiful fillet of beef is going to go into the pan. Oh, lovely sound. Creative tension's good. Wouldn't it be amazing if a few of the guests decided to collaborate on something at the end of the evening? So David Walliams and Barbra Streisand were writing a duet. There is a piano. Maybe we could all have a sing-song. Just going to turn that over. Denzel Washington was being taught how to drive by James Hunt. All kinds of things could happen. So I think for most of my guests at my table, I think that will be enough. Eric Cantona, yeah, he'll be happy with it like that, yeah. He would say, the roast boeuf. A kind of half-one kick-out for a dinner party, I think, is a successful evening. Curtains are twitching as the neighbours wonder why Barbra Streisand's walking down the drive in her slippers. And then, maybe see them exchanging numbers and arranging dinner parties without me.